Hey guys, Oris here with another commentary video. It's been a while since my last upload. I have a lot of commentary videos to give you guys in the next few days. I'm just kind of pumping these things out. I have a lot of footage to share, and the commentary is probably one of my favorite things to do with my footage. So be expecting a lot of those videos soon. And this fight here is of me and a Malediction. I really like showing scepter footage. Interceptor piloting is probably one of the most glorified things in EVE. It's really quite simple, but it's definitely one of my favorite things to share. There's so many intricacies and kind of blended roles that an interceptor can do, and you'll see a bit of that in this video. I'll also talk about positioning a bit and kind of how I fly my ship and the decisions I make. We'll also look at some mistakes that aren't really capitalized on by this gang that we're fighting. But some background about the fight quickly. This is in Esoteria, and this corp in particular brings a few subcapitals that we spot on a gate after we're roaming around trying to catch ratters and provoke a fight. And this is this is the fight we want, right? Like lots of subcaps. There's 4 of us. I'm in a Malediction, of course, and my corp mates join me with a Draugr that provides a rapid deployment link and an armor energizing link, which my Malediction benefits greatly from. We have a Cinnable, right after the autocannon rebalances, so one of my corp members trying those out, and a Kikimora as well. Really dangerous Destroyer, really good at peeling light tackle, not so great at staying on grid too much. But I don't think it has a problem on this grid. I don't think he does have a problem staying. But anyway, let's get right into the fight. This fight begins when we just spot these guys off a gate, and you can see the recording starts late, and we already have stuff aggressed. They have light tackle of their own. This Malediction starts burning out very quickly, and immediately as an interceptor you want to position yourself between the enemy light tackle and your gang members, and I'm doing so not directly, but sort of off to the side because I don't want to get scrammed by this Malediction myself. So I kind of want to see what he's doing. If he goes for the Draugr, then fine. If he goes for me, then I'll probably just run away. We don't really have a lot of the kill time for this Malediction is going to be quite long. The Draugr doesn't have a whole lot of upfront DPS, like say a Kiki or a Cinnable that come in later. Our Cinnable just jumps in at this point, but he hasn't joined us on grid just yet. But just some really simple screening here, just putting yourself in between the enemy light tackle and your fleet mates, and making sure that you don't get scrammed also. And having an abyssal scram on this Malediction really does help as well. It works wonders. It really scales with the bonuses. I kind of leave Casper, the Draugr pilot here, in a bad position. I burn off here, and the Mali could have totally scrammed him. Thankfully he doesn't, but this is probably one of the weaker parts of the fight that I kind of am oblivious to and kind of make a mistake here. But Casper goes in, and this is also an important point about sort of nano gang PvP, is that had we just burned off the gate completely, I think this gang would have totally been uninterested in fighting us. When you're looking to, and especially escalating, right? We've had 2, if you haven't noticed, locals gone up by 2, the Cinnable has just landed, and the Kikimora is also coming. When you're escalating these sorts of situations, you need to show some aggression of your own, and had we just burned off and played it completely safe, this game probably would have lost interest and just warped when they see more stuff on the grid. But if we put ourselves in a position to interest them, then they might continue to do what they're doing here, which is burning off the gate. Just a real quick aside about like nano gang, not so much escalation, but kind of enticing a fight and encouraging a fight. We're split here if you haven't if you don't see so, and I sort of realized this on comms like at this point in the fight, and you really kind of need to reorganize, because when you're split up in a gang, you will have different people. They'll start to formulate different plans. Like each of your members in your gang will, and they'll see like the grid through a different lens, so to speak, and their perspectives are all different. So it's in your best interest to be somewhat together, so that way you kind of formulate the same plans and strategies, and more importantly, as a scepter, it's really convenient because you don't have to go back and forth screening for people. There's much less distance to cover when things need tackling or things need screening. Just getting a quick drive-by on this Osprey here to help out the Draugr, who's probably eating a fat clip of rapid lights. Great weapon system, really good application. But the Draugr's really fast and has low sig, so it mitigates a bit there. So as you can see here, we're all over the place. We have this Kiki who's looking like he's killing a Jackdaw, getting rid of some anti-support there. We have the Draugr and myself down here by this Osprey, and we have our Cinnable way out here who is probably getting chased by the Mali, or chasing the Mali now and turning on him. And this isn't really so much like a spaghetti moment, but it's sort of a, hey guys, let's get together moment, which is kind of what we do here. I choose to regroup on the Cinnable, the two faster ships in the gang, the Draugr, the Kiki, and the Mali. I guess the Cinnable isn't quite so slow, going 4.5. Snakes and implants really help in these sort of fights. It gives you an edge to close, to travel. I know it goes without saying, but going faster, you can cover more distance quickly. You can also take, longer lines and greater distances in the same amount of time if you were to just take, just A to B. Kind of off topic there, but kind of getting our gang back on the Sprudix Navy. These battle cruisers are kind of burning around a bit, and I can see that they may be trying to go for the gate. And one of the cool things about an interceptor is that you provide an element of control in a gang. Your scrambler and doing drive-by scrams on these battle cruisers going for the gate, you're able to sort of inhibit them and slow them down from getting back and de-aggressing. And you're able to get a response from the other people in the gate, people burning out. And you get to sort of punish people who come out like this, just as you punish light tackle that comes out, as you'll see here in a few minutes. You get to punish people who extend farther, and you get to kind of shut them down either defensively if you're a gang, or offensively like this when we're preventing them from getting back to the gate, and continuing the fight. And so now you see here exactly what I'm talking about. These battle cruisers are probably discussing on comms. They're like, hey, we're off the gate and scrammed by the Malediction, and the Osprey, who has rapid lights, is probably very eager to use his frigate type weapon system on or its cruiser anti-frigate weapon system on a lot of the light stuff we have out here. I get a scram late here on the Osprey. I think I missed it the first time. I played a little conservatively. Maybe we should have played a bit more liberally. Kind of getting closer to for certainty's sake, grabbing the scram. But I get in time, and no one died, and no one was taking too much damage because of it. So just a quick drive-by on the Osprey here. And you can see, let's see here, where's the Kane? Kane's over here somewhere? No, where's the Kane? I can't even find him. Oh, he's back on the gate. So we decide to, you can only scram so many things, right? The Osprey's out here, probably discussing with my gang what to point next. And red cycle my point maybe on, when you're flying an intercept, you always want to, once your gang members point something, your point's kind of redundant, and you're more useful pointing other things. And so that's what I do here. I see that the Brutix is pointed by the Draugr, and then here's a really good, before anything else happens, before I can switch my point to the Purifier, this Malediction starts to burn out. And thank goodness for vectors, because they make sort of like the ramming visibility, so to speak. Ramming is a term that people use for when people are approaching you, or like tackles kind of coming out to you. And kitey gangs kind of want to be aware of that, because things that are approaching you probably want to get scram and web on you, and like have that sort of control on your ship. And so other people can come, and so of course it goes without saying that you don't want to get scram webbed in a gang. And this Malediction, of course, poses a huge threat. And as we discussed earlier, flying an interceptor of your own is a really good anti-tackle platform. You're not going to kill it, but you're able to control it. And as you can see here, it's important that the relationship between a scepter and its gang goes both ways. So similarly to how I can protect my gang from this Malediction, scramming them and closing distance, this gang also needs to be able to respond if I'm to scram or get counter scrammed by this Malediction, or I can even hold it, right? The margin of error is really slim, considering 1 second server ticks, how fast I am, agility. Oftentimes you're probably going to get scrammed yourself. And given that we have a Cinnable with autocannons, a Draugr, and a Kiki, I'm really confident that if I can hold this just for a few seconds on this Malediction, my gang's able to punish this guy for it. And so I wait. This is why having brackets in space is so useful. Having fleet members on your overview is so useful, is so you can see and you know your fleet members' ranges, and you know when you can go in and sort of scram. And so I'm asking my gang, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? And I'm ready to go in for the scram, but I want to be certain that my gang's gonna be able to kill this guy. And here I get the scram, and the malediction goes down, very shortly after. A Kiki and a Cinnable make short work of that. Holding the scram here for a bit, I think I dropped my point either for the purifier. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the purifier here. The Cinnable's close, and it's a grass, right? I'm discussing that on comms as well, and so it's a really low EHP, easy kill at this point. I'm staying in between the gate and the Brutix Navy. If for some reason our Draugr loses point, I can quickly get it back. So you can see here just kind of doing if you imagine, the Purifier to be a point and the Brutix Navy to be a point, and you can imagine your orbit isn't around one of these, it's around kind of both of them in the center. So like if you like imagine like a ring, that's kind of what I'm doing here. So I double click there, and then I'm kind of just forming this ring around what would be, this ring that is intersected by the line between these two ships, so that I can respond easily to either one of these, if we need to keep point on the Purifier, or if we need to keep point on the Brutix Navy. And I think I switched to it because let's see, we have 3 points there. I don't even know why. So but the raw video is in the description. You guys can check that out, see what comms are like, and sort of make some connections between what I discussed in this commentary and what is in the raw comms in that video. So maybe that's helpful for you. I try to keep them one or the other, like either commentary or just comms, just because some people, going back and forth is logistically kind of a nightmare, and some people like one or the other. So I provide some commentary here, and I'll start linking these raw uploads in the description of these commentaries. Here we can see I have the option of de-aggressing, but this Brutix Navy, we don't know if he has an MJD, and I'm the only scram in the gang, and we don't want him to warp off, of course, so we decide to kind of secure this kill, or I decide to secure this kill, as opposed to de-aggressing and getting these guys on the other side. So that is the end of this commentary video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll have some more Scepter footage. I think I have a few other clips I'd like to share with you guys. But yeah, that's kind of like what I'm thinking about in a Scepter, how I fly it, positioning, all that good stuff. And I'm looking to even make like a small gang archetype series, like Chesser did back a few years ago. Not that it's outdated or anything, but it might be refreshing to get another perspective on it, because I have a lot of things to share when it comes to Scepter piloting. It's one of my favorite roles to fly in a gang, and I'll get into so many more details if that video does come out. So if you would like to see a video like that, or even a series like that, go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section. Your feedback means the world to me. If you guys take a few minutes out of your day just to respond to one of my videos and let me know what you guys are looking for, or what you guys would like to see, I really love to hear from you. If you really don't like these sort of one-take candid commentary videos, let me know. I can do something that's scripted, a little more structured, but these just seem to be a little bit more organic and natural. But that being said, I won't keep you guys too long. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one.